What do you attribute your beautiful stillness to? Your presence is so calming. Meditation. I think I'm going to say this, and I think many of you might have a hard time accepting it because we see the world as we are and we're limited by our own experience. And so if you haven't experienced this, you might not believe it's possible, but there is a space that you can enter into within your awareness where you can see the things that are going on in the world, whether it's globally, politically, or in your local community or your family, that may be challenging or beautiful and bright. And you can witness it without being tossed and turned by it. You can know that something in this space of the world or in your life or in that community isn't right. And you can witness it without becoming it. And it doesn't mean you lack empathy. It doesn't mean you're not connected. It doesn't mean you're cold or suppressed. There's a fine line to this all. But when you get connected and you go deep in your practice, you self-regulate your attention and your attachment by setting the divine intention to remain curious, open, accepting, and loving. You then begin to literally change your brain. There are scientific studies done by a researcher at Harvard, Sarah Lazar, that literally show an increase in gray matter, neuroplasticity, new neurons firing and wiring together. So that when these things happen, right, I've kind of, what's the word? I've clipped the wires on the bomb, so to speak, so that I can witness it and I know it's there and I can send my love, or I can show up in other ways, empathetically. But those things aren't attached to any kind of trigger over here anymore. Or I'll say less, because it is an ongoing journey. I don't want to pretend like there aren't moments that are difficult. But there's a lot less of that in my life now. And it's because of meditation. That's why I'm always advocating for mindfulness and meditation, because it's literally changed the way I experience the world. It's changed my brain, literally. So much so that I know many of you feel the energy coming through me. And there's a lot of things that we really don't know. Science is powerful, and it's our greatest tool to prove, in a tangible sense, whether something is true or not. But my personal experience with meditation and that practice, words cannot express. That's why I've created the Beautiful Souls community. That's why I show up the way I do every day, because I'm not attached to social media in that way anymore. My intention is only to show up and offer gifts of what you're really looking for, which many of us get online to escape, to cope. And I want to provide a source of hope and change and growth and healing and transformation through a little moment to connect with your heart. And I've gotten messages from many of you saying, oh, it's transformed my mornings. I didn't know I needed it. It's a single minute. Those are a micro meditation of their own. So I really encourage you, if you're resonating with who I am and what I'm offering and how I show up, the same is available for you. There's no need to keep it at bay. It does take consistency, showing up every day with that intention and allowing yourself to move through all of those challenges and those heavy experiences. But the beauty is, once you've allowed yourself to experience it, you can move on with your life. You don't have to keep running. You don't have to keep hiding. You don't have to keep putting on a mask every day. You can just allow your truest self to be seen and know that that's more than enough. Because that's the only thing that's holding you back is your fear of what others may say or do in response to who you really are. And maybe you know that some people in your life won't resonate with that. And so you're afraid to lose them, and that's okay. I'm not judging you or anyone in that stage of their journey. But what I am saying is to be free of that fear, you have to face it. And facing it means putting it into action, which simply means showing yourself and recognizing that this complex reality that you've created in search of belonging has actually taken you further away from it. That's the hindrance, because you don't truly belong to that group. Your mask might. But when you show yourself authentically, then those who resonate with who you are will show up. And that is your tribe. That is where you belong. So allowing yourself to be seen is one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself and to the world.